Hello everyone, this is Greyshot 170 bringing another company first to replay brought to you by, again, skip this part if you don't want to know. Very nice. Maxwell. And if you want to submit a replay just like Maxwell did, we are live on Twitch. Say hi. The Wishbone. Interesting. I've not heard of you, Wishbone. But in any case, if you want to submit a replay, you can do so via my Gmail or my Facebook. Just go to my YouTube account and do that. Or if you just want to like, subscribe, and enjoy this content, you can just do that as well. This is a 4v4 on Red Ball Express, long corridors, all the resources in mid, you know how it is. Anyway, you have Fuzi, creative name, Maoist, and Maxwell, 2 British and 2 Soviet, versus 3 Vermont and an OKW, who are Max, Wishbone, Don, Promillo, and Diggis. Let's double check their ranks to see how things will even out. AKA, this is just playtime, not really showing skill. But overall, I would say it's about even. So, very nice. Let's see. In any case, Wishbone is higher ranking, so maybe he is on Twitch. Who knows? Anyway, and before anyone asks, no, unless it's like Sin or Rommel, I haven't really talked to like Propaganda Cast or really Helping Hans. I played him once, beat him with his sniper spam, but I haven't really like versed other YouTubers and stuff. Oh, Call of Duty man, actually I take that back. I since I announced 3, I guess I have to say that I have. Anyway, Wishbone went breakthrough, so yeah, this map makes sense. Heavier infantry for longer range, which Painful's leaders got, and also Yag Tiger meant to essentially blast your way through armor columns. So very nice with that. British trying to go over, but looks like the Pioneer squad from Max got in before he could, so he's gonna have some issues. Wow, okay, MG trying to counteract that MG, but still flanked. We'll see how things go. On the right hand side, looks like they were able to grab the fuel, but suppressed before he could finish making that bunker trench thing that is weird, really awkwardly placed, because you can't fire this way, only this way. So I don't know, maybe he's trying to block. Yeah, I have no idea why he would even do that. Pioneer squad Grenadier on the right. Is that, I'm sorry, I just realized, is that Goat Man? No, it's not. I'm like, is that Goat? No, just the guy on some cavalry. Anyway, so we have an MG over here from Maxwell trying to hold this position. Yeah, he went special weapons. What did the other Soviet guy go? Did he also go special weapon? He did. I prefer penal troops. I prefer them again, especially on one-on-one fights with enemy infantry, but that is just me. Anyway, let's move on, shall we? So we have the MG here trying to suppress them, pushing them back. This MG from Dawn is probably going to get in that building, help lock things down. Getting another MG plus another MG equals a lot of issues. Dawn went Encirclement, which is very good for cutting off enemy territory. And on this map is very key. There's actually 2 points. We'll go here and we'll go here. You block those 2 points, you cut off a large portion of the map, and you could essentially cut off a huge swath of territory, which close the pocket add into play, because that's what all these do. They essentially, all these are meant to cut off points for close the pocket, which essentially will annihilate anything in closed off territory. I'll call them light mortars on the front line, stuff like that, but you really want to cut off territory, and it's extremely difficult to come back at once pretty much that strike comes in. So let's see. Double Kubel, I approve. Trying to go in mid. Looks like he's going to take a large chunk of mid. Do we have any mines? Did you place mines? Fuzi, I don't see mines, so I'm assuming you just captured territory, which is fine. Looks like they're swarming in this way after losing the right hand. Not only losing, but not really gaining much on the right hand side. I'm going to guess since he's actually capturing that, they're losing it. So they're trying to push in through mid, capture that. Makes a bit of sense. Mortar hitting that Kubel very nicely. Really surprised a mortar shell directly into a car doesn't just blow the game and come, but whatever. Company of Heroes 2. Logic for you. We have a Volk squad retreating. Looks like they're trying to go into the flank, but unfortunately that didn't work out for it. I hear a sniper somewhere. Not on this side, I don't see. So I'm assuming this side? There we go. There's that British sniper. Missed every shot, but hey, at least I was right. So British sniper moving up, trying to most likely push back that Grenadier squad. I like the British sniper because, again, it's good against armor and disables armor. Plus, it's just a good sniper all around. So it's a good support unit overall. Also, the smoke coming in with some flares and calling artillery with some airburst shells, and you got yourself a very, very good play. I love how this territory has been cut off. That's pretty great. Although you can see here it's actually not connected. So this actually entire portion is not going into the Axis territory. So right now you can double check the munitions. The Allies are beating them hands down. So very nicely done, actually, for the Allies, cutting off a guy that has Encirclement, which I can't say how awesome and really hilarious that is. But anyway, so they're really focusing in mid and left side now, which again I get. Sniper though on standby. You can see here he's not actually firing, he's just trying to get a target. Although I'm assuming he's going to go hands-on and fire at that position, or he's just going to keep going back and forth in the cover, which allows him to be camouflaged. Right-hand side, we have conscripts from Maxwell constantly pushing on the right-hand side. Very nicely done. Looks like some troops unfortunately pushed back into the near squad, but you still captured a huge swath of the territory, and most likely going to try to support his teammates in mid. Nice flame from the Universal Carrier. Bird against the infantry and push them back in buildings. Very nicely done. Very easy to combat those with armor, but early game this thing does do a lot of damage. And why'd you get in the building with a flamethrower? Flamethrower, show him whose business. Come on, show him who's in charge. Or, there we go. I'm like, slowly but surely, he will do it. There we go, and he'll do a ton in the building. It looks like, again, unfortunately, he backed out in the nick of time. Bunker going down, multiple MGs, mortars. It's going to be very difficult for the British to launch a counteroffensive. Is that mortar? No, it's just one. I thought it was like a mortar emplacement, but should be able to at least hold defensively here. At least that's what I try to do. Kubel coming in for the flank, very nicely done. Armor, this thing could snipe it, but yeah, could have issues. Another 82, again, most likely trying to just use mortars to break up the Axis, but I think the Axis may be a little too dug in for that. Maybe a third mortar would be necessary. A mortar emplacement would really, really help. Assault on mid. There, it looks like they're capturing it pretty well. Universal Carrier burning that MG back. It does have armor-piercing rounds where it has to worry about, because one quick swipe with armor-piercing rounds, and Diggus is going to knock out that Universal Carrier. But it's currently burning, so I don't think they have to really worry. Because even though he's activating armor-piercing rounds, he's slowly going to die from burning to death. So, nicely done. And nice. Just shoots it when it has barely any health. Let's see. You went with the Spearhead Doctrine. Mortar half-strike is good to counter British. So, of course, with 2 British players, I get why you went that. Maxwell went the glorious B4. I didn't know you were going to pick that, but let's see if you can use the B4 to its full potential. Wow, a ton of manpower here, dude. I'm assuming... Okay, so what he's doing is he's saving up for Stormtroopers, and then he's going to slowly deploy them over time to have an army of Stormtroopers. Why? With SCG-44s, these things are extremely powerful, and if you vet them up for, of course, survivability and whatnot, they become very powerful infantry. Again, they're like Fallschirmjägers where their survivability isn't that great to begin with, but I do like them more than Fallschirmjägers, honestly. Even though Fallschirmjägers, you can get a higher vet and they're probably deadlier, these things I like the range they have with, again, the Panzerschreck ability and armor detection and whatnot. Plus you give them G43s and they're just good overall, so that's why I enjoy them. Now, Max hasn't picked anything yet with the B4, and that's it for the Allies. Armored car just trying to, I guess, test the Axis patience, honestly. Sniper just picking them off. Very nicely done. Keep that range. Although Panzerfaust could be a thing. Why aren't you Panzerfausting? You have tons of munitions, so that could have easily have been an option. Armored car just chilling. Again, it could easily open fire, knock out that. There we go. Suppress them. I love how it's also like, you would figure an MG from a unit would cause a bit of suppression because it's an MG, but whatever. I know they're balancing this game out. Nice fire grenade pushing him back. Because you always figure it's like you get that 50 cal machine gun up top on a Sherman or MG42, whatever it is, and it's like, what? Why can't I just use that? All right, that's cool. Whatever. Wow. Okay. So, oh, what is this? He has Stormtroopers over here. He has Stormtroopers over here, and he's equipping them. Interesting. Very interesting. I guess he's doing that because he has so much manpower, but why I'm curious about this is he doesn't have closed the pocket for a decent chunk of time. So, is he going to like be planting like Splinter Cell agents just like all over the map, like well, what everyone feared what the KGB was doing with the radio signals and everything. Black Ops, essentially, storyline where you have 50s and 60s where you have brainwashed soldiers that will just, in like these cells, that will just come to action in case of a war with the Soviets. And he's popping out more men. Now, this is both good and bad. The reason I say it's good is because element of surprise, where it's bad is he's currently not helping his teammates. And in case he's wondering about trying to rush up for that close to pocket, it's going to take him a long time. And now he has armor. Huh. He rushed up to get the heaviest armor. Well, it looks like his allies are having a hard time holding mid without him. We'll see if this goes. But yeah, that's so... I haven't seen that before. Like, I guess people doing a preemptive strike. That's really, really awesome. And right now, not terribly effective, but we'll see. Now that Luke's is doing a really nice job at pushing back enemy infantry. They really need some type of sort of AT. Maxwell, Su-76. But other than that, oh wait, the armored car, which looks like he's deploying. Now the armored car could probably easily beat the Lukes. So he has to pull that thing back. Its main gun, of course, is designed to fight armor more so than the infantry. One more shot, and the armored car has it, but the Lukes looks like has gotten away. We still have an MG there with armor-piercing rounds, well, potential. So, as a potential. So we'll see how well that thing does. Negative, I mean, no cover, really. There's heavy cover, like 10 feet in front of you. Anyway, Grenadiers just testing the flank. I don't think they're really going to push because A, they're really weak, and B, I feel like they would be kind of open to a flank, being taken out. Okay, so Stormtroopers deployed. I guess he it was now just like, alright, let me try to kill them because I figured he saw them retreat to that point. Yeah, retreat, right? Yeah, and he thought, oh, I could easily take him out. But now, I feel like he's going to lose these units. He's going to at least lose one. Oh, wow, really? Nope, there it goes. So. Yeah, I would say, Dawn, that was a costly venture. Stormtroopers just popping out. That might have been a better tactic if you somehow got a small army behind their lines and just popped out and be like, what the hell is this? But now it's really not that effective. Maoists went commando, so heavy bombers, very nice mine stopping the Stormtroopers, and good commandos for just close range, effective infantry. But the problem is you have to call in a glider, which is 500 munitions, and make sure it doesn't get shot down. So watch out with that Kubo going in for the cap, but unfortunately there's a fuel cache there, so we can't really do all that much. Stormtroopers once again deployed, except this time just straight off map. So right now he's going to have 3 units with STG-44s. Now he can start having more effective fighting force if he, can vet those up and just actually be effective on the front line. You can see on the right, yeah, Maoist is just annihilating the Axis. Although on the left, the Axis are doing a really, really good job of pushing back the British. So it's kind of a flip, honestly. Resource-wise, it's still very close, although the Allies have a small, okay, now decent advantage in munitions, but fuel is relatively the same. It will help if, well, actually, no, they already put down the fuel points, but the Allies have not. They can still put down a few more, so that could tip the scales even more in their favor. Gravity munitions, that would be costly for the Axis. Duke coming in down the middle, knocks out a little bit of the mortar, but I don't think it really hit anything else. I know it's kind of hard to really get a direct strike, but still, Su-76 pulling back the Ostwind. Wasn't there a... Oh, wait, no, the Stug's on the left. Oh, no, they're moving it over. All right. Nice shot with the Su-76. Blob coming in for recon, assuming the Stug will cover fire. AT gun moving back with the large blob moving up. This is where a demo would have been great. Direct fire on the conscript. Really? The conscripts are typically easy to kill. I would have focused fire on the British infantry, but glad he retreated anyway. Still slowly pushing up. Most likely going to try to rifle it. Nope. MG's right there. He's not going to get close. So, yeah, very curious to see what his plan is overall. Stug on standby with the Ostwind to shoot down AA and the Lukes. They should be relatively fine with the armor the Allies have. They just have to make sure they use it effectively. The Lukes could be on the flank. Okay, now we have the guy, was it Pin, right? Pin, Isk? No, Don. Don Prom. Alright, not Prim, Prom. Anyway, Dom, Panther, pretty good. SCG-44 equipped and Stormtroopers rushing up. Let's see how decently effective. If they can capture that midpoint, that'll be really effective. They just need to capture that point. It looks like he's trying to go in for the kill, but I think that MG, which, no, they don't have. But they now have guards troops. So that can be pretty good with PTRS rifles, because, again, they button. So if he went guards, then, yeah, he went mechanized support. So you get the guard troops, very good infantry against armor. ISU 152, which is great at forcing infantry and armor. Not as good as Tank Destroyer, but still probably one of the best anti-infantry units in the game. And then IL-2 Bomb Strike, good for killing already. So very nice group, though I'm not seeing a heavy... we have a heavy tank there, a heavy tank there, but I guess heavy artillery is probably the next thing I would probably say they would need. I know this artillery piece is like, oh, Greyshot, but I would consider that more of a medium range. I'm thinking more longer range. Actually, you know what? The land matches would be a unique variable, I would say, on this map. Although, maybe the crocodile would be that one thing to burn the infantry even more. So that would be a really good combo, just fight infantry. Let's see, over here, they're knocking out the fuel cat. Is that fuel? Yeah. Well, whatever it was, it died. The end. A lot of Vickers machine guns scattered about, which is... Oh, no, they stole an MG42s. Even better. Just locking on his side. So Mao is doing a really good job of taking over a huge chunk of the map and forcing them back. Also, I love this. Moving up the Brens and the Piats with a freaking Panzerschreck. So this Ostwind's like, I got this. This is a easy win. And then he fires the Piats now with a little bit more tracking. And yeah, he has to pull back immediately before he loses that Panther. Also pulling back. Again, a lot of infantry. It looks like they're kind of shifting a little bit. I don't think... Mouse, yeah, I was going to say, Mouse doesn't have nearly enough men to really push them back. So right now, the Axis are on the verge of defeat, in my opinion. They're losing the right flank. They really have nothing down. In mid, they're slowly being pushed back by the Allies. On the left, they're fine. But if they get pushed back in mid, the Allies can just circumvent that and just close off that territory, which would be hugely detrimental to... well, their supply chain. Now, a lot of Stoogs, so it looks like that guy's gonna just, you know, keep popping Stoogs, so we'll see how well that goes. Looks like that, yeah, the Storm Officer deployed a propaganda to force the enemy back. Su-85 on standby, so good job getting the Su-85, very nice tank destroyer. You can outshoot the Stoogs long range. Crypto with the Su-76s, and you got yourself a pretty good tag team. Yeah, I think Diggus is like, yeah, you need to capture this side, so I guess I'll do it for you, which I guess is fine, but... Again, that's... Well, actually, no, he's here. That's just the first time I've really seen him active in this region for God knows how long. That's hilarious. I thought he was just a player coming over. But no, he's supposed to be the guy over here. I just couldn't recognize him because he hasn't really been fighting over here. As you can see, most of his units are on the goddamn left side. Super coming in, just causing some damage to allied units, but they're relatively fine. That sniper's still in play. 2 stars, 11 kills. Fortunately, there's a lot of stuff here I have to be very careful of, including grenadiers coming in on the flank. Although, I spy with my little eye a demo with a nicely placed mine. In case they don't see it, they walk over, hits the mine, blows up the demo, and bing bada boom, you got a lot of, well, parts just of flying through the air. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Nice sniper shot. Comet moving in, so very nice job, Maoist. Should be able to relatively push them back. You don't have a Panzerschreck group. You have the Panther, sure, they can come over here, but I feel like the guys with Gammon bombs, again, because it's Comet, so we went Hammer, could be costly for you, because if they throw right, that Gammon bomb could hurt your tank. Maybe knock out its engine. But, we'll see what happens. The capture in that point, we have recon plane up, which is huge. You figure the Allies would have some type of AA to shoot down the plane, but no, they don't. So right now the Axis have full sight, and now allow the mortars to get just nice precision shots to help them push out of mid. Because remember, they still have that whole line on the left that just have a lot of mortars and stuff like that. So they're just doing work, just clearing it. SG-44 group just coming over. Please follow those guys into the demo. Oh no. Well, Dom, there goes all your Stormtroopers. I would say you should have probably figured that out, but I would say whoever that was a very nice demo in regard. I'm assuming it wasn't Maxwell because he's been fighting more on the right. I'm assuming it's fuzzy, especially with the amount of munitions he's down comparatively to Maxwell. But still, very good play. Nice job with the Stormtroopers, and hopefully you can start using them more. I swear to God, did you deploy? He deployed by enemy lines. Again, I feel like there we go. He got a Panzerschreck, so at least with the one Panzerschreck, if they deploy Katusha, he could go behind enemy lines, neutralize it, or even take out a point relatively fine. But Mao is launching another offensive on the right. And I'm sorry if I'm just focusing on him, but he is launching the best offensives in the game right now. Causing, what are you? Yeah, Diggus. They're kind of like, alright, I have to deal with it. Now, if I was him, I would run them over and push them into the corner. But I would also, if I couldn't do that, throw a Gammon Bomb. And I'll have my guys with Brens and Piats open fire as they retreat. Now, nicely, he had the Brens fire there, and he had the Piats fire on the Panther, so he's at least slightly smarter than me. Now, as you can see, there are two people kind of moving over, so I feel like he's going to have a hard time holding that off. But I will give him credit for at least knocking out the cache and putting a lot of pressure on them and pulling it away from the front line. That's very key. If you can pull pressure away from the front, nice shot on the Oswind. If you can pull pressure away from the front line, you can easily help turn the tide by just reducing the amount of stacked units, and as we can see, that is actually having an effect. They're able to slowly pushing up with AT, Su-85s, etc., push back the armor, bring infantry up, and allow themselves to get some really nice hits in on some very valuable targets. Luke's on standby. We kind of just got a couple hits on, so it's like, I'm out. Panther's being healed and still under fire, so that could be very costly if that shot misses. Oh, or just it's the Luke's. Very nicely done. I love how he's just standing there too with the two Panthers. Even though the Su-85 is like, we can just keep firing on this guy. He's not going to move. Alright, let's just keep it up. Double bounce, which sucks for him. And Su-76 is also on standby. So even though he will definitely try to push in, those Su-76s on standby are going to be the difference. Because, yeah, they start firing. That Panther's going to be like, oh, wait, there's too much AT. And they bring in the Piat force over here, even though they're being forced to retreat by this guy. It's still not going to go well. Nice job knocking out the main gun. Su-76s bet 1 and 2, so they get some added bonuses, which can help combat the Panther. Panther barely alive. Infantry rushing up, trying to hold this position. Where have you been, Diggus? You do know that oh, wow, that comment's like, wait, they're on the left? You're serious? They're on the... Alright, I'll just go flank them again. Once again, you have this guy with the Panzerschreck. So I'm assuming right now he's saving up for close the pocket because he knows if he grabs this point, he'll have to grab this point, and I think that's it. Unfortunately, his front line tactics have been a little bit lacking, and unfortunately, that's causing this guy to lose a lot of men because, well, his men are on the left, so that just leaves, I mean, like, barely anything there, and with all 4 guys on the left, that's just opening that giant flank. So, big issue to deal with. Panther on standby, guards troops rolling up, trying to get some nice shots in. Again, PTRS rifles are pretty damn effective. You just have to keep hitting the target. We'll see if that happens. Now, Su-76 still guarding mid. Artillery would probably be really effective at killing that infantry blob that's slowly but surely moving up. That's what I would do at least. Fire coming down, give some nice hits, I would say. Some pretty nice hits. Where the hell was that? That wasn't there. They didn't really decap any points. He used the break supply line, but I'm not seeing any points. So I'm assuming he probably... Yeah, I have no idea where he called that in, honestly. I'm assuming he called this point. But the fuel cache, I mean, maybe it destroyed the fuel cache. I didn't see it, but... It's a little bit weird. I usually, when there's a fuel cache there, you can't really use it to break a supply line. But, you know, that's just me. Now we have a Panzer IV rolling up. These guys have AT grenades. You know that, right? Nice job for Mother Russia to get them out of there. Use that speed to your advantage. Like I said, I would throw a bunch of AT grenades to damage their engine. So. But, looks like the AT is annihilating those Panzer IVs. AT guns just taking Diggus' men out. One more shot, and those Panzer IVs are, you say goodbye. At least he knocked out its main gun while it retreated. He's on standby. Yeah, he's definitely waiting. He's definitely waiting. This guy should probably grab this point. Very simple. Now, right now, the allies are being overconfident and slowly pushing their men up, which is allowing that supply line to break. So if the Axis can neutralize that point, and look, right now he doesn't have enough munitions. He's also he doesn't have enough munitions for this, and it requires 12 points. If he can get to 12 points, and if he can capture those 2 points and knock it out, he could effectively. Yeah, he could effectively turn the tide. However, from what I just saw, that might not happen. It looks like the commandos killed the unit before they could knock out the fuel cache, so he's relatively fine. Armored car on standby too, but with the Panzerschreck guy there, I don't think he has to worry. So right now I'm assuming he's going to try to deploy a unit from that building right there, or where, maybe that building. Try to work his way over. Is Twitch enjoying? Oh yeah, he called in the mattress, and that's what I thought. He close range. No one watching, haha. Yeah, Twitch is, I don't know. Like, I'll get up to like 150 people on YouTube, but then I switch over to Twitch and there's nothing. Again, I know I have a built-in audience on YouTube, but still I try to do on Twitch and I just don't have that. So that's why, in case you're wondering why you always see me per se on YouTube instead of Twitch, it's just because I get more viewers that way. And also, again, if I do it for YouTube, I get payment. So unlike Twitch, which it would be very minute. Yag Tiger, so looks like if I was able to bring that in. Max, you have still yet to get the B4. I'm slightly disappointed. We have Myoist with his full army. Katusha fire coming in, getting some really nice hits. Oh shit, he just did close the pocket. Now every single piece of territory here can be hit. Holy shit. Every single territory is being called in by airstrikes right now. This isn't just here, this is across map. Every single spot is being hit by artillery right now. This is bad. This is extremely bad for the Allies. Oh, it got reconnected. Okay, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been a lot worse. But the Allies took some serious damage. Holy mackerel. Just put in perspective, he lost all of his infantry. Maoist lost a good chunk of his troops. Creative lost a lot of his troops. Fuzzy lost a lot of his troops. And now the Axis are like literally launching a good assault. The problem is they're still being pinned. You have the troops over here, which I love the fact that there's a goddamn demo right there. Missile strike pinning them. AT gun could technically still hit them. Su-85 over here. You got the common Su-85 over here. So yeah, they got pinned. That was a really bad strike. They really should have come on the flank. Firefly right there. Looks like there's still that demo. Stuka coming in on a really bad target. Alright. Kind of over your own dead men. But alright, I guess you're just making sure they are dead. But that was a really effective close to pocket. I'm actually surprised he was able to be that effective with it. But yeah, it caused a lot of damage. Decrewed the mattress, called it in. That actually may have helped his team out. Now, the thing is, though, while that was awesome, you should really still fire on the front lines and get more troops on the front lines to help out your team. I know you just did that Panther charge, but I'm just saying, like, actually having some guys on the front line to help is something that you really do need, because that's what the Allies have been slowly beating you back with. Maybe this will change the difference and allow the Axis to turn the tide, but I don't know. Nice Katusha, barely allowing that Grenadier squad to retreat. Maybe the guards... Nope. Missed the Grenadier squad, so it manages to live. We have the Panzer IV on this side, just helping clear out this British player. Looks like this building got brought down with the artillery. So yeah, it caused some serious damage all over the place. Also, once again, a lot of munitions over here. Maxwell, you have 900. I would be calling in recon planes galore and placing mines like you have no tomorrow, especially because you're on the right hand side and I see very little mines. So, as always, something I would do, because that forbids the enemy from coming into this sector. sniper still somehow alive. 20 kills and yet not a very high rank. If I was him, I'd maybe get on the side and just start peppering that Panzer IV. Even try to knock out its main gun or something. Try to annoy the damn thing to stop hitting your guys on the front line. But I get it, you want to hit the infantry. But I think that Katusha pretty much got you in the bag. Also, nice job killing the Stormtroopers. Once again, I don't think you should necessarily rely on those per se, but they're very good assault. And by rely, remember, that's the only really infantry he has. He has one Pioneer squad. I would have MGs, mortars, you name it. Just having that seems kind of off. He's getting a lot of munitions, though. And if he can go back and capture both points, I know maybe the Allies are going to be very cautious with that, but if he can do that again, the Allies might not be able to recover. And very interesting spot for a B4. Not where I would put. It's actually a little too far. For me, I would have placed it like here. And I know it's like, oh, Greyshot's so close to the front, but you're almost guaranteed to hit. Now, Yag Tiger, looks like it's getting some... Yeah, it's getting some infantry. Kind of hold up here. We have the airstrike coming in. So, yeah, things are not going to be going well for the Axis with that bomb strike and IL-2 strike coming in. Where the hell is that IL-2 strike? Don't know, but the bombers got the Yag Tiger pretty quickly. Fireflies coming in to finish off any remaining armor with a Comet Charge going into play. Jesus Christ. Let's get around that. Is that an elephant? Oh, they have an elephant and a Yag Tiger, because of course they do. So yeah, all this armor is going to be slowly pushed back by that elephant that can easily pen all this stuff and kill it. I should probably add, but I figured you would get that. Why did you move that the Panzer Warfare? I don't know. Su-76 is on standby. Again, they really can't fight this thing. They need to really focus elsewhere. Su-76 is pulling back. Could probably fire one or two more shots on the Panther. He's not going to be able to flank them with a Comet right there and whatnot. So I wouldn't really charge, especially enemy territory, with a half-dead Panther. Jesus Christ. Did you just murder your own? Wasn't there another squad that was in there? Am I wrong in saying that? I swear there was a Soviet squad that was underneath that B4. Yeah, it looks like he's not falling for it. He has Stormtroopers. He knows they're hiding. I guess he knows that they're trying to do a very similar tactic. The nice thing is, at least down here, is if you really want to, he can just deploy from this building and work his way over here to decap it. I mean, that's what I would do, and just hold fire. I mean, as long as you don't get fire upon someone, you should be relatively okay. And then within a minute, you call down another close the pocket. You keep the troops on the points, so of course they don't get captured. And yeah, there goes the front line. And I think Axis would get GG. Maxwell, though, Katusha is still doing pretty damn good. I mean, not too many kills, but it's doing enough. It's doing what it can. Nice job killing the Su-85's repair crew. And Wishbone has been replaced. Now, it is far enough along that I'll just let it be. And if Dawn does another one of those close the pocket, he should be fine. The fact he's actually getting this point is sort of weird, in my opinion. Because you figure you want to get both at the same time. That way they can't really go for both. And that could cause confusion. And then you call in your artillery. But whatever. Alright, so you captured that. Now you just need to capture the one by the B4. And most of the stuff's staying by. Panzer Grenadiers moving in. Is that the guy who left? No, it's not. Wishbone's still there. And he has a 4-star Stuka, which I hope the AI uses to its full advantage. Now, Panther's on standby from Dom, but unfortunately those Piats are causing a lot of damage. A nice bounce off the front from that. I think, I'm going to assume it was the Su-76 that fired, otherwise if it was an Su-85, I kind of feel bad. Katusha fire coming in, was trying to pepper this area, probably stop them from repairing. If I was him, I would repair the weaker one first, not the stronger one. Because, like, it's so close to dying, it's ridiculous. Yeah, there goes the Stuka. Comet's moving in. He once again deploys. I don't know why you deploy from here. Like I said, deploy from over here, run over, throw a bundle grenade, whatever, and then go. I mean, that's my... That's my rationale. Because if they're guarding that building, they're guarding the building. You can just go somewhere else. Or send a goddamn scout car or something. You can see here. Slightly improved speed of all vehicle units allows them to capture points rapidly. So you send a scout car behind enemy lines, which is entirely possible because you can see here on the right hand side, you could easily have something escape through here. You just go decap it, etc. Or you decap it and you don't have enough munitions, so you end up screwing your team. Though at least you knocked out a ton of their resources because now they don't have access to anything. So congratulations on that part, but like I said, you really should have focused it in with your munitions, because if you would have used close the pocket right this point with the Axis currently in a full engagement against the Allies, I guarantee you the Allies would have fallen back. But right now the only thing you've pretty much done is just allow the B4 to slowly increase over time. So things are not looking all that great for the Axis, especially with this guy just focusing kind of on his stick. King Tiger rolling up, so AI is not entirely incompetent, at least he got a king. Artillery coming in, looks like he's trying to push back the elephant, which is a vet too. Not too bad, not too shabby whatsoever. Okay, you keep going in the exact same spot. There's probably a line of dead bodies. In that corner right there, I swear, the British probably have laid down the bodies of like 20 Germans. Because they keep deploying Stormtroopers there, they're like... Alright, yeah, let's see. Montgomery, you kill that guy, and then we'll have McDougal, spell in the graves, and then when the next guy comes up, you guys can switch spots. It's like they just keep dying in that same spot over and over and over again. It's kind of ridiculous, honestly. Nice B4 shot. Almost saved the king. Almost. It sort of did. It kind of did a lot of damage, but not as... It could have probably got a kill shot, but, you know, at least the Comets are in full engagement, so they should be able to knock it out. This is the problem where Dom currently has. He doesn't have any conservation of manpower, so it's going to take him forever to deploy Stormtroopers in the spots he wants and kind of help. Very nice job with that sniper, 23 kills, plus he could, again, cause havoc on vehicles and just knock out their main weapons if he wanted to. Comets Maoist is like goddamn, like he has to be like the MVP because he's just going around just massacring the Allies the Axis left and right through that flank, which has not been properly guarded, and I feel like that's the problem with doing that behind the scenes tactics. You're not really guarding the front, but that's also Diggs. Diggs has done a terrible job trying to guard that front. Also, I love the fact he has a Panzer IV, but all the Allied armor has medium or more like advanced medium armor with comets and stuff. So, I figure you want to upgrade. Especially because you're so close to getting a Tiger. I mean, for a while. Sniper's still there with a Comet and a... Excuse me, oh god, of course I get hiccups. A Firefly to guard. SU-85 on standby, just guarding over the point. I'm assuming he's just trying to snipe anything that comes through here, which, as you can see, is about to happen with the Elephant. Again, you can fire through the shrubs because enough vehicles will come by. They'll kind of push it down so we have better sight. Elephant just counter-sniping. ISU, wow. 152, not doing half bad. Lots of kills. Explosive shot, barely missing, but still providing the point that back up. Let's see. Mao is capturing the back area, very nice. Panzer IV going in to stop him, I hope. B4 kind of missing the shot. Maybe a little bit on the Elephant, but not too much. But yeah, right now, the Axis are just being pushed in the corner. And if I was Maoist, I would call a bombing strike on that last little piece of territory. That's all they really, really have. Also, I love this. Panzer Grenadiers charging this thing, and he's probably just going to switch to explosive rounds and murder you. Okay, close. Maybe it wasn't a instant murder, but it was a close murder. Again, you don't mess with the ISU. You just the best way to kill it is with some type of flank of some type. Alright, this could be the moment. If he can capture both points. Alright, both points are knocked out. Closing a pocket, but that said, he has to stay on this point. And now close pocket will come in. All sorts of artillery and stuff like that will hit all over. If he hits his demo with that. Suga bomb. Oh shit. Coming in all over the place. Lots of kills. Annihilating the infantry. Holy mackerel, the allies are losing a lot. Forcing the... Oh, yeah, oh my god, indeed. He lost everything. He lost his Su-85, lost all of his infantry. This guy's enjoying himself. Big push on the right. Looks like they were expecting that artillery. The territory's still cut off. And all those airstrikes and whatnot are just coming in on the right. Yeah, Fuzzy's just enjoying this. And this is the time where, if I were them, I would take over the entire map. I would send everything possible. Take over the entire map and just try. Comet trying to come in. And this is also a big problem. Why are you moving in your... You do know they still have units, right? So, right now this Tiger is just getting flanked from all directions from the same house that those Stormtroopers are currently lying in. Panzer IV would try to assist, but it's too weak to really kill that many Comets. So, bad charge on his part. Really should have came in with more infantry support and whatnot. Also, Maxwell lost his B4 most infantry. Mao's lost the decent... Okay, Mao's actually remained relatively intact. Fuzzy lost a lot, though he has a ton of reserves that he just used to kind of restock. I wonder if they're going to put fuel caches at those points now, because that's the second time that has happened, and it has caused a ton of damage to just allied lines in general. Just block up those points. Like, I will gladly put down a fuel cache if that means that those stupid strikes will stop. But Dawn, again, using the opportunity, now getting a ton of munitions, so he should be able to do that relatively soon with munitions. Manpower, on the other hand, it's going to take him a little while. Probably, like, at least 2 to 3 minutes, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, they have. We look at the enemy points, and we have them. I mean, they still have a decent amount of time before the game's over. But that actually attack, very nicely done, helped actually spread out the axis a little bit more and allow them to capture more territory. Now, if the allies kind of swing it in a counterattack, we'll see how effectively that can be. But I will say again, to close the pocket did exactly what we need to. It pushed the entire enemy front back. Nice shot, killing that poor Kubel. How could you? Pack gun and Sug, which knocked out... Is it turret? It's turret, right? I want to say it's a turret. Well, I don't know. I'm going to say it was the turret. Because, you know, the elephant just annihilated it. So, the left side's pretty secure. Middle is fine for now. Although, you still have the ISU-152 over here, which is a huge hassle to deal with. And, once again, these guys, again, listening to my advice, nice, put down a fuel cache. And also, I love this, laying down a ton of mines. But, if this guy's smart, he'll just tell his units to direct fire and shoot them with Panzerschreck. Or he won't care, sacrifice 2 men to a mine and be relatively all fine. Comets moving in, a lot of Su-85s and whatnot moving in. So, very, very cool. Again, try to go on the flank. Nice job. Not using shock troops to clear that infantry. Maxwell, not doing too bad. Though it looks like the Kubel from the AI is taking over the right-hand side. So very nice. Comets pushing in. Looks like the Axis are kind of just holding on to dear life. I mean, they have a decent army. 60, 50, 24. But the Allies still have more. So they have to be very, very cautious about counterattacking. I love this. The Luke's on standby. We're gonna win the war with the Luke's and double Kubels. Yeah, right. At least positive note is the fact he's getting a ton of manpower, so he can just keep wasting units. At least the positive thing about being an AI. You just get so much goddamn manpower bonuses of it. Even fuel bonuses. Looks like they're pushing back on the right, which looks like they weren't really able to fortify at all or lay down mines. The commandos are just wrecking, honestly. Panther just looking for a target. Looks like he's coming over here to knock out this point. But again, they have the same thing over here, and I love the demo. Like, they know he's going to come from that building and move over. Yep, the same damn building every single time. Now, if he somehow miraculously finds out there's a demo there and blows it, that could be amazing. Or he's going to blow up right now. Please blow up. Come on. Don't tease me like that. There we go. Wow, Comet. Well, actually, no. Luke's is taken out. Firefly coming down the rear of that Panther. And, yeah. The other Firefly just knocks it out. So, very, very nice shot. And again, he has marked target, which allows them to see it, even if they go into the fog of war. Does the other guy... I'm sorry, I didn't even notice. Did the other guy... They both went comets. Alright. At least I have one guy with hammer for airburst shells, but I guess that doesn't matter. They still had a decent defensive line on the left, but I understand why they quit. I guess the fact they realized, like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do that close to pocket anymore, so it's not going to be all that effective. Just threw them off. They're like, okay, we're done. Let's look at damage. Overall, creative name got most damage, and I get it. Firefly is very effective. Maoist, most kills, and I can see that very easily. Again, his infantry were very effective. And again, sorry for my hiccups. His infantry were very effective on the front lines, dealing an incredible amount of damage. Again, he's second on damage, and then as well, he just massacred Red over and over again. Like, again, Diggs had to pull back, and we can see here by losses and damage, he did pretty bad. I mean, kills he did okay on, but he did still pretty damn bad. Now, Dom, you're a mixed bag. While you did pretty damn well, you got the least kills, and while you did get more damage by doing that, you still weren't that available on the front line. I feel like you should have probably had more troops on the front. Not behind enemy lines, actually on the front. Wishbone leaving does suck, but I don't think it was necessarily the determining factor. We can see here he got most kills, and even with the AI, he still got a ton of damage. It didn't help, of course, but I don't think that was necessarily the cause. Max, ton of damage again because of the elephant and Zoogs and whatnot, so makes sense. But yeah, if I had to go say for the Axis, probably taking advantage of that close to pocket while it's going on probably would have been smarter, and just fortifying, not overextending, because then you just push yourself to the limit and the enemy just easily comes in and pushes you back in and out of territory that you thought you gained. Allies, again, I feel like after the first time you should have really put the fuel caps on, and but yeah, you were pretty much boxing in. Commandos probably would have came in and bombed them anyway, so maybe it was a good idea they surrendered. But in any case, that's game. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Before I go, I want to thank my Patreon supporters like Leo, Sean, Tim, and Hercules. Thank you so much for your awesome support. But in any case, this has been Greyshot117, and I'll see you all next time.